Did you know that all California purchase agreements state a house is sold as is? But when a seller says that he wants to sell his house as is, what exactly does the seller mean? So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Rami Dhillon, and I'm a real estate agent in Temecula, California, and I'm dedicated to doing real estate the right way. So when a seller says that he wants to sell his house as is, what most sellers are trying to say is that they are selling the house in its current condition and will not do any repairs or fix anything that needs fixing. If that's what a seller truly means, then the seller should state exactly that in a counter offer to the buyer so that it is less ambiguous. But does that also mean the seller doesn't have to remove any garbage, debris, broken down cars, or any other junk or miscellaneous items from the property? Well, if that's what the seller actually means, then again, he better put it in writing in the contract, like in a counteroffer, so that the buyer can make an informed decision as to what the seller means by as is. But if the seller hasn't specified exactly what he means by as is, then let's look at what the residential purchase agreement has to say about as is. The residential purchase agreement, or the RPA, is the purchase agreement that is used in California between a buyer and a seller. Once both the buyer and seller sign the agreement, it becomes a contract between the two parties. Now, the RPA says, unless otherwise agreed, the property shall be delivered as is in its present physical condition as the date of acceptance. That means that the house should be substantially in the same condition it was when the buyer's offer was accepted. So the seller needs to be careful not to bang up the walls and the flooring of the house while moving out, or to cause any other type of damage to the house while in escrow. Next, the RPA says the property, including pool, spa, landscaping, and grounds, is to be maintained in substantially the same condition as on the date of acceptance. So you can't stop watering the grass and letting the lawn burn out. You can't let the pool turn green and filthy. The house has to look pretty much the same as when the buyer's offer was accepted by the seller. Next, the RPA says all debris and personal property not included in the sale shall be removed by close of escrow or at the time possession is delivered. If items are not removed when possession is delivered to the buyer, all items shall be deemed abandoned. Buyer, after first delivering to seller written notice to remove the items within 3 days, may pay to have such items removed or disposed and may bring legal action. So the seller must remove his personal items, debris, and any junk on the property. If not, then the buyer can take the seller to small claims court, depending on the amount it costs the buyer to remove these items. So the bottom line is that if a seller doesn't want to make repairs or remove any specific personal items from the home, then the seller should state exactly what he intends to leave behind or that he will make no repairs. He should say a little bit more than just as is. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you folks on the next one.